Welcome, wonderful Aquarius. This is your April 2022 Astro/Tarot reading. As you can see, I already pre-shuffled the overall energy for you. So we're going to start off with these oracle cards for general and finances part of the reading, which we're going to clarify with some tarot cards and astrology cards. After that, we're going to do the love portion of the reading. And last but not least, I'm going to answer a specific question of yours and give you guidance with this beautiful deck here. So before we get started, let's take a minute to get grounded. So please take a deep breath and relax your body. Now imagine yourself in a big bubble of white light. Allow yourself to feel it transmuting all the negative energy into positive. Please take a deep breath and relax your body. Now imagine having big roots like a tree. Let your roots grow as deep as they can into earth. Allow yourself to feel as one with Mother Earth. Please take a deep breath and relax your body. Now feel the connection with your higher self, your angels and archangels. Allow them to help you every step of the way and set the intention now to have a beautiful month. Thank you, wonderful Aquarius. All right, let's dive right in. We're starting off with Truths Unveiled. The Revelation of Isis. Then we have Numas, I guess that's how you say it. And we have Capricorn. So, with this card in particular, Truths Unveiled. So, you're guided to pay attention to your intuition, okay? When you are intuitively sensing that all is not as it appears to be, it is wise to trust your inner feeling rather than being convinced by the outward appearance, okay? This is inviting you to be observant. And with Capricorn here, since Capricorn rules your 12th house, Aquarius, 12th house is also where we can find some hidden enemies. So in month of April, you might find out some truth about perhaps some of your hidden enemy. That may be the case for some of you, not all of you, of course. Take it how it resonates. But we did have a similar energy in another reading. So if that's your rising sign or moon sign or sun sign, perhaps it's a double confirmation that you really trust your intuition and your gut on whatever the situation is. Nimas here is a beautiful card. It's an affirmation that you are beginning to reap the rewards of the inner transformation that you have been doing. And it's also inviting you to tune into your soul. Also, her eyes are closed here. So 12th house is also house of meditation, and she's also meditating here. So in the month of April, it looks like a meditation and maybe peeling off some layers of your personality that no longer are you, because here we have a lot of like flowers like also down. And it looks like maybe you are going with this situation, whatever is happening, you are moving towards the light. Okay, perhaps you were in the dark about some person or about the situation or a job, because this is like a general and finances reading. And April will definitely bring you some clarity. You will be illuminated here, definitely. Now, as far as your finances go, we do have Jupiter and Neptune conjunction as well with the Venus. So that's happening, well, mid-month. We have Jupiter and Neptune conjunction in your second house of money and finances and the self-worth as well. And Venus will also come to join them and conjunct them at the end of the month. So it's a beautiful month for finances. Neptune here, this is a rare conjunction, okay? So this is happening every 12 to 13 years, and it's never going to happen again in your second house, most likely in this lifetime. So what this can bring you here, Neptune can dissolve some, well, perhaps problems that you had in relation to money, okay? So it's Neptune is all about bringing down the barriers, and Jupiter will help him in that. Jupiter is about expansion, and Neptune is about loss of boundaries. So here we have most likely for you, because I also saw the love reading cards here. It's gonna happen in both fronts, in the money section and also in your self-worth section. There is something that is being dissolved and being left behind, and you are moving towards the light. So perhaps you had some limiting beliefs about the money, and those are kind of dissipating in the month of April. Or self-worth with this love part of the reading. Perhaps you had some, maybe you were comparing yourself to others, and that was kind of diminishing your shine. And, you know, in April, it looks like you're gonna learn to appreciate your own shine and your own uniqueness, and maybe not be so compelled to compare yourself with anybody else. And that's also valid for anything financially related. If you have a business on your own, or like some kind of niche or branch, maybe you compare your work to others, or maybe compare your success to other people's success. But you're guided here to trust your own journey, and to meditate. Perhaps if that's not your normal thing to do, you can start off with some guided meditations you have on YouTube. They don't have to be long. You really have to, like 10 minutes meditations for financial abundance, perhaps, or whatever it is that you feel is in your way. You do have a really nice opportunity in April to really dissolve some of karma as well, because 12th house is a karma also ruling the house. And as well as Capricorn by itself, it's also karma related. And Capricorn rules Saturn, which is still in your first house. We have Saturn still in your sign, Aquarius. So just know that whatever you start to work on now this year, or if you have been started to work on something last year, the beneficial results of that will really reveal themselves through time, because Saturn is a planet of time, and it really takes for him to kind of grow, and that you reap the rewards. But the rewards are surely there, and certainly you will reap the rewards, and for the next 28 till about 30 years, because that's how long it takes Saturn to make a full circle around the zodiac. So whatever, because this is your first house, it's your own personal projects and efforts to bring something forward to life. And here I'm guided to just tell you that put the effort in. Saturn is all about the hard work. So I'm guessing some of you did have to do some really hard work last year, this year, and it's going to continue on in this year. But just remember, it will all be worthwhile. Whatever skill you learn now, you can apply it for the next 30 years. It will be beneficial for you. Okay, so if you haven't been doing nothing, perhaps with your life, now is the time to perhaps really consider through meditation what kind of interest do you have, and to perhaps start investing in yourself. First house is literally you. Also your body. You can start to invest in your body, and you will feel the beneficial results. Again, you might introduce some new habit into life of yours that can really change your life and really have a long-term effects with Saturn being in your first house. I know it's a bit of a drag, but you can really utilize Saturn energy to benefit you. You just have to be hardworking and disciplined, of course, because that's what Saturn is all about. Now let's clarify a bit with the tarot here to get more clarity. As I shuffle, I would like to invite you that you please comment in the section below what kind of content would you like me to create for you. So besides these monthly readings that I do, there is also pick a cards reading that I do mid-month. Oh my. Okay, so I do have love pick a card readings and finances pick a card readings. I also did like a fortune cookie reading now. I'm just gonna take the lover's card here, because everything else was kind of all over the place. All right. Yes, so feel free to check out those readings. They are timeless, and they're very creative. I do enjoy the process of making pick a cards as well as these monthly. So just comment down below what kind of video would you like me to create, and I'll look over and hopefully find something that you like and that I can do for you. Okay, I'll leave this as it is, and we're going to clarify more with astrology cards here. But let me start here with the lover card. Lover's cards. Lover cards is all about choices. Okay, choices. Again, we have Neptune as a confirmation of what I have said already. Removing some boundaries or self-imposed boundaries. Okay, Nine of Wands is here, is a very guarded card, as you can see if I turn it here. She is guarding something here with the Nine of Wands, okay? She has put a lot of effort into something, and now she needs to defend it, or so you thought. But this card is in reverse now. And with Neptune here, you're dissolving this this attitude that you need to defend either yourself or yourself at work, because this is also work-related reading. Or if you have your own business, perhaps you felt like you needed like to protect it somehow from something. I'm not sure what here to be exact, but with this Neptune here, that's all dissolving now, and you have more faith in the universe, definitely. Okay, so the Lover cards is clarified by the opposition, and opposition is exactly as it sounds, an opposition. So you had perhaps very two different choices, career-wise, maybe where you're gonna take your own business, or like two career choices might be available for you in April to choose from. And let me see what you're guided here to take. Okay, we have Five of Cups in reverse, that and King of Swords. No, it's a Knight. Knight of Swords in reverse, clarified by the House 8. So let me just see your House 8. Yeah, it's a house of work, your daily routines, ruled by Virgo. So perhaps there is something you are letting go in this daily life of yours, and also relating to job. Perhaps some of you really want to leave a job and start anew. So that is because you felt for some of you this resonates. You know, it's a general reading, but Five of Cups in reverse, meaning that you have been, for some of you, very long time in a place work-wise where you're not really emotionally satisfied, okay? And maybe it's just dull and boring, because Knight of Swords, he's an exciting card, you know, but in reverse, you might have felt like your job is dull, and it got you to think maybe all the important stuff that you can actually contribute to the world, because House 8 is a lot about, you know, important stuff. It's psychology, and it's astrology, and it's also other people's resources here. So maybe some of you were dependent on other people's resources here for some time. But I think that's going to change because you have been manifesting this new way for you. Okay, this new road for you. Just keep meditating, and this Neptune will dissolve whatever the situation here is that has brought you some kind of turmoil. Okay. Do I'm getting anything else? Let me see. House 8 for you. Yes, it's said. Okay, 6th house for you was Cancer, so 8th house for you is Virgo. Cancer. Yes, you really need to feel like emotionally fulfilling at what you do, it seems here. Okay, so I think that's important for you to realize, you know, that you really need to feel like emotional fulfillment. I'm guided really to this logo of yours, and all this water here again to tell you how important the emotional fulfillment is. So if you are guided to leave some kind of job that is not emotionally fulfilling for you, you know, it looks like you will have two very different careers that you can choose from in a month of April, and I would go with whatever is gonna make you happy. Okay. It for some of you, it might be something related to art with Neptune here, because Neptune is relating to the music, is relating to the moving industry, basically anything that's relating to escaping the reality. And you also have House 8, which is psychology and astrology and all this hidden knowledge, basically. So some of you might have a choice of those two, or maybe you can actually blend those two together. Maybe you can do something creative with the knowledge that you have that's kind of not in the mainstream knowledge, just like these videos that I make. You know, these cards would be a great example of that, you know, mixing you know, art with the hidden knowledge. Okay, tarot, these cards, that's an example as well. So if some of you are guided to make perhaps tarot cards or oracle cards, this might be something for you to consider that might bring you joy. Okay, so, but yeah, Jupiter in your second house is definitely supporting your finances. So whatever you do, you can't really make a wrong choice here, because Jupiter is a beneficial planet in your second house of self-worth and resources. So go with your heart. Go wherever you're called with your heart. Meditation can help you clear out the way and to make a better decision. But this looks great. In general, you are really moving from something that's emotionally unfulfilling and something that you have to be on a guard, maybe on your job you didn't really feel, you know, appreciated or safe, and maybe you had some colleagues who were making problems, so you had to be always on guard or something. So I really hope that for those of you who have their own work, that you push through any opposition here, because you do have support of these beautiful planets in your second house, and Venus as well coming over there. Okay. Yeah, you just need to tune into your soul. That's it. Tune into your soul, it will show you the way. And connect to your heart. The way to connect to your heart is fairly easy. You just put the hands on your heart in the morning, perhaps when you wake up, or when you go to sleep, because she also has her hand close to his heart. And the heart will know the way. Even if you don't seem like to know the way now, you will know the way. Okay, this Neptune will really dissolve any of these blockages that were on your way with Jupiter's help here. So beautiful, beautiful. There's definitely a new leaf in the finances part of life for you from April onwards, when Neptune and Jupiter conjoin to dissolve this blockage that was possibly karmic as well. So that's great news. I'm wishing you good luck with that. Use this energy beneficially. You can also plant a new seed to make a new ways of money mid-month, and especially also at the end of the month as well. Okay, because then Venus will conjoin Neptune and Jupiter as well. All right, so use April to the best of your abilities, guys. It's a beautiful month to do so. Really, such a great energy to have. Okay, meditation. Okay, let's move into the love part of the reading here. We are starting off with Theta Venus, and then we have Direction and Arisha Star with Super 7. That's Super 7 crystals. And then we have the lower and the higher self, and here we have Venus in Sagittarius, and here we have Venus showing up. So we have Venus showing up twice, and funnily enough, Alicia Star is in constellation of Pisces, is the brightest star, and Venus is now moving through the sign of Pisces, which is again in your second house of self-worth and self-made money, earned money. So there's a lot of focus on you. Here, you connecting to your higher self, you feeling good about yourself. So we'll dive into that right now. Okay. So Theta of Venus and Venus in general suggests that time of creativity has arrived, you know, and also spiritual awakening here with this, the lower and the higher self. So both of those things are signified by the Venus here. And as the same thing applied here with your finances and your earning, there is something that's gonna be dissolved definitely in the month of April here. Some kind of also blockage, maybe something towards self-love, something that was kind of blocking you from your higher self. Meditation is also a great way to connect to your higher self, as well as frequencies. Okay, you can listen to frequencies as well, higher ones, you know, 963 or 800. maybe 888 would also be great frequency for abundance here, to also with the help of frequency, you can really help dissolve some old patterns in the mind and as well in your energy, and then be able to attract more love and more money your way, because Venus rules both money and love. So in April, a new direction is promised for you, because we have here a card that's actually called Direction. It's a beautiful card, and again you have two steps of stairs. So again, I think you have two choices in love, or two directions where you can take either your relationship, or if you're single, you might have two choices here, because here we have two people, here we have two, and I don't know, there's like two circles over there. So for those of you who are in a committed relationship, you might take your relationship to a whole other direction. And for those of you who are single, you might also turn a new leaf here, because these are all beautiful cards. And Venus conjuncting Jupiter at the end of the month can also bring you some kind of opportunity here. And it might be somebody really that you already kind of know, I'm guided to say. You do also have the solar eclipse in your fourth house, so that might be something like a new change in your home environment for some of you, starting off in April. But this energy is valid for quite some time, because solar eclipses is like a magnified version of a new moon, but it's very powerful. And in the fourth house rules home and who you live with, and also your roots, and also some subconscious limiting beliefs. So you might release some of that in April. You might decide to move with your partner or to live together. It might not happen in April immediately, but like I said, this eclipse has a span. It's valid for the next 6 months up to a year, but you might decide in April to take the route and maybe change your relationship direction in that way, because of this solar eclipse in the fourth house. So for some of you, definitely you will decide to live with your partner. And for the others of you who are single, you might also find love with somebody who you actually known or your life, you know, who has been over since you were a kid. So maybe you will meet them somewhere suddenly, and you will start like new kind of a relationship, because this is a new beginning, solar eclipse in your fourth house. So that's also a possibility, falling in love with an old friend or a childhood like buddy. All right, let's clarify a bit with the tarot now. Okay. With all these cards, you really have the power to change your life for the better. You just need to take it. And Theta of Venus, Theta is a brainwave really that we reach during meditations and light sleep. And it's also like in between sleep and waking up. You know that feeling when you're like in between sleep and waking up and nothing really makes sense. So again, that's the fastest way to reach the subconscious mind here. And for some of you who might have negative beliefs about love and relationship in general, perhaps because of your ex relationship did not work well or something along those lines, because we do have Ten of Swords here in reverse, which is of some kind of betrayal in the past that has maybe subconsciously blocked you to make really good choices about love, because Two of Swords is a card of not seeing really what's in front of you. So perhaps in the past you have made some wrong decisions in your love life due to some maybe loss of faith in love. But here in month of April, you can really change that. You can work with your subconscious mind. You can connect to your higher self. And the best way to work with your subconscious mind to really release, you are releasing this old betrayal or whatever happened to you in the past relationship. Okay, that's clarified here with the Seven of Swords. I don't think that's here. But yeah, so maybe somebody was not really honest with you. Maybe somebody was doing something behind your back here. And you felt really hurt or something. And that really kind of blinded you in love, that you could not see clearly for some time what love truly is, or to make a right choice of who you're gonna be with. Okay, so maybe in the past you made a wrong choice of who to give your heart to, and that led to another wrong choice to who to bring your heart to, because by that time you didn't really have trust in love. So here you are guided in the month of April to release that. Really, this Neptune and Jupiter conjunction will totally support that, dear Aquarius. It will bring you release from that. Yes, and you are leaving the thing behind that no longer are emotionally fulfilling for you, and that's going to bring you a beautiful, passionate start with this Ace of Wands. Okay, I think this is mostly resonating with the people who are single here, or who are sure that their relationship is not good, or perhaps partner did something that they can't really let go and still be with them. You know, you are called to forgive always, but it's one thing to forgive, and it's another thing to be with that person and tolerate something that really is not up for tolerance. So it looks like for some of you that you have invested time where you shouldn't, and now it was perhaps hard to leave, but now you decide in April that you really want a passionate new beginning. Here you can see the sun is rising, and the Ace of Wands is really, really a passionate card. So that's great news for you, Aquarius. You are following your heart in the month of April. You are choosing what's best for you, and I'm wishing you good luck with that. Let's clarify a bit more with this, that I can give you more specific answers. Oh my, that's a lot of cards. Okay, chill, guys. All right, for those of you who are in a happy relationship, this doesn't apply to you. You with this new moon in the 4th house are definitely moving things to the next level. But if you have been living with somebody who you can't really be happy with, or you didn't see them for what they are in the month of April, if that person has wronged you to the point that you can't really forgive, you can always forgive, okay? Forgiveness, holding on to something that's toxic only hurts us, okay? Forgive them, but with boundaries, and protect yourself. I mean, Aquarius, you are good at putting boundaries, definitely. I mean, also the Saturn transiting your 1st house. From the 1st house, it's expecting the 7th house. So it's no wonder that for some of you, this is coming through the way it is. Saturn is all about, you know, showing you the reality and the truth of the matter. But that's a great thing, actually. So this truth unveiled might be also for you, for some of you, you know, something about your partner that you find out recently, and maybe you were like on the verge or ready to go or not. Okay, but whatever happens, this is all for good. Like, you are really gonna shine. You with this Ace of Wands, you might very soon find somebody else who are you really passionate with. And if you're single, it looks like all of this happened somewhere in the past. Oh my God, another card of Venus. That's a third time. And we have Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. Oh my. Okay, so Venus is definitely on your side, and it's bringing clarity. And it looks like if you were in the past dealing with anything that I mentioned here, or you're dealing with it now, it's because of the low self-worth. There's some self-worth issues, because Venus is about self-worth, and this is great because it's going to change in the month of April with that Neptune and Jupiter, and also Venus conjoining them all in your house of self-worth, on self-esteem. Okay, because none of this would have happened to you if you had a healthy self-esteem. Of course, that's not your fault. We are all raised and sometimes in an environment that's not very healthy for our self-worth, but parents always do the best job they can, but they also are coming here in with their wounds and their burdens from the past, and you know, they learn, they try to be better, but it's also on us to learn and try to be better. We're getting better and better, so that's the point. But here, this is great news for you, Aquarius. You are getting your self-worth back, and once you have your self-worth sorted, and Taurus is again normally ruling the 2nd house. So another clarification, how important it is to know your self-worth. When you are aware of your self-worth, you will not allow anybody trespassing your boundaries, okay? You will not allow, and you would not, actually not attract those kind of people who will do this sort of things to you. You would just not be in a vibrational match to those kind of people, okay? So that's very important to say as well. You need to raise your vibration to a higher level. You need to release any grief and maybe sorrow or whatever it is that's keeping you low vibe, you know, some resentment or whatever. You need to raise your vibration to match love and dispassion and Venus, you know. Perhaps you can listen to frequency 528. It's a heart-related frequency. It's also love-related frequency. So if you can find in your soul to naturally feel the real, true, unconditional love, you can connect to it via frequency 528 hertz. Just type it in YouTube and you will find many videos, okay? Okay, here we have house 9. So let me just see. House 9 is in your horoscope ruled by Libra. And in Libra, we have a full moon, actually mid-month happening. So in mid-month, you might actually have this higher knowledge, because 9th house is a house of higher knowledge and also bird's perspective. So you will probably manage to absorb what I said and actually have a bird's perspective view on your situation, okay? Because I felt you were your energy was a bit off when I was shuffling these cards, because they were like all over the place. But you're a bit calmer now. And you're going to be much more calmer mid-month as well when you have this higher vision picture and understanding perhaps of what I said. Maybe you listen to those frequencies for some time, so it's easier for you to tap in this beautiful Venus energy, okay? Just let me stress that. Here we have Venus. This is talking about Venus, okay? This here we have Venus, and Taurus house is ruled by Venus. So the only thing we're missing here is the Empress card in tarot. Perhaps it's bottom of deck, no? Let me see. Page of Swords, okay. You will have some new ideas and the strength here. Definitely new ideas coming to you and the strength. And also from signs here, this would be the air signs. So for those of you who are willing to manifest someone new in your life, we have here fire. Ace of Wands is fire. So that will be Leo, that will be Sagittarius and Aries, okay? So we have that, and we have Taurus quite clearly here. Oh my, this is wonderful for news for you, Aquarius. This is really a turning point in your life, because when you change your mindset and your belief set and actually have the sense of worth, you will no longer be vibrational match to anything that has done and caused this pain to hurt you, or maybe they tricked you, or whatever happened. Okay, for those of you who are in a happy relationship, Venus will bring you much more joy and pleasures with your partner. So you can use this energy if she's sleeping here. Well, so that means in the bedroom, quite frankly. And house 9 is also traveling. Okay, so you can possibly travel with your partner, and that will bring again this bonding and the passion. If some of you are in a long-term relationship and the passion kind of fizzle out, house 9 here suggests that maybe traveling a bit or just moving out of your ordinary place of where you do it might bring totally new passion for you, and a joy and this gentleness and lovingness with the Venus card here. Okay, that was a lot of information. Okay, let's move on to the last part of the reading. I think this reading might be longer than the others, but or maybe it's just me getting so much downloads. Okay. Okay, let me just leave this here. Okay, so Aquarius, now is the time for you to think of a question that you would like to have answered. And I will shuffle these cards, and we're going to get one card to answer your question. So it's important that you focus on one question, because if you think about more, then we have a lot of cards coming through, and then we don't know which one answers what. So if you can, please focus on one question. We might also get more cards because there are more people watching this, but if you try to focus on one question in particular, we're going to get straight answer from this deck. And it's a wonderful advice deck as well. So think about your question as I shuffle. It can be related to anything, really. So try to focus. Okay, we got two cards, but This one has reversed itself back, but I know what it is. It's fast spirits. Sometimes life stings. It's about acknowledgement here that sometimes, you know, although life stings, and somebody did sting you with all those cards that we had coming through, it's a reminder that nothing is wasted in this energy. You have learned something from that experience, and that experience will benefit you in the long term. Maybe you can help somebody else, you know, do their experience better. It's a wisdom. It's a wisdom. Every sting that we had in our life, it has guided us to wisdom. There has been many bad things that have happened in my life, and now I gained much wisdom from that, and now I'm here and I can help other people. You know, that's the point of healing. When something happens to you, you heal, and then you know how to heal. So when you meet somebody else, you can share your knowledge and help them. But let's answer your question. With the whale spirit, this is the answer to your question. And the answer is trust the great mystery. But we're going to read that straight from the book. By the way, look how beautiful this card is. Is it in focus? Let me check. Sorry. Not quite focused, but there. It's beautiful. All right. Let me refocus. Okay. Now let me find it in a book. And let's see what's the answer to your question. There we are. Trust the great mystery. Whale spirit is an ancient creature who was here at the beginning of the time and who has seen everything, felt everything, and heard everything that has ever transpired on this planet. In the hidden realms, where all things must gather first before manifesting into form, whale spirit is the keeper, singing the soul of the whole world from the deepest waters of the coldest sea. When whale spirit appears, it is a reminder that there is a great mystery that you must accept without intellectually trying to understand it. Some things cannot be known by the mind, only experienced through the heart, through intuition, and through senses that part the invisible veils. Again, we have veils, you know, truths unveiled. So there is some kind of truth in month of April, definitely for you. An invisible veil separating the visible world from the great manifesting consciousness in the hidden realms. Now is the time for you to immerse yourself in the great mystery of spirit and to trust that the invisible, what you can see now, are the seeds of your intentions being tended to by angels. Okay, so for some of you, also connecting with angels might help navigate this journey. I personally like to work with Metatron, and you can connect to him via sacred geometry, by Metatron cube, and you also have Reiki that you can use. You can type into Google Reiki for archangel connections, and they might help you. If they need your actually approval to guide you. You know, in this world we have free will, and angelic realms are always here to help us, but only if we really ask them to. So you need to be open to that, and you actually need to require their help for them to get involved. Okay, so just keep that in mind. They are always there, but they are always waiting for you to ask. And you know, they can't work with you without your permission. That's the point of the free will. Okay, that's all I have for you in this reading. But you can also enjoy the readings I made for your rising sign and your moon sign as well. Thank you for sharing your time with me, wonderful Aquarius. It was a pleasure to read for you. Please comment what kind of videos would you like me to make for you and the impressions of this reading. Like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you know when the pick a card readings are out, and have a beautiful April.